Good evening, guys. Welcome to Cambridge Veritas. Krish at 9:30. How's it going? Um, I did not realize the concept of time. A moment ago, I was just preparing for the lesson, and I thought that there were 20 minutes left, and in a moment, it just zipped by. How's it going? If you're able to hear me, please do let me know with a big thumbs up or something. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is a very, very interesting day. Why do we say it's an interesting day? Because we're going to be looking at IELTS writing tasks, both task 1 as well as task 2. Now, what is so special about it? We're going to be looking at it from the basics. I know we are quite famous at looking at in-depth concepts, but in this lesson today, we're going to be looking at things from the basics completely. So if you're somebody who's been prepping for IELTS for a very, very long time and has been facing tremendous pressure in cracking the exam, this session is going to be for you. Now, this is not your quick tip video. It is a proper lesson that you otherwise pay for. So make sure that you sit at a quiet corner, in a quiet corner, with your pen and paper. Mostly you're going to be commenting your answers in the live chat. I'm your trainer. Let's get started. Are you guys ready? Perfect. Hi, Agarthan. Hi, Vicky. Shivanshi. Once again. All right, guys, let's get started. Please have a look. The session today is all about IELTS writing task 1 and 2. How do you analyze a question from the beginning? I repeat, how do you analyze a question from the beginning? If you know anything about IELTS writing, can you let me know in the comments below or the live chat any one fact that you know about IELTS writing? Everyone. All right. Thank you so much. Please have a look. What are we going to look at in this lesson? Allow me to show you, first of all, the aims of the lesson. First, we'll talk a little bit about IELTS writing task 1. Later, we'll talk a little bit about IELTS writing task 2. There are a lot of games and a lot of activities. So there's going to be a constant interaction between you and me. In the latter half of the session, we'll play a few games and exercises related to practice task 1 of IELTS. And then finally, I'm going to be giving you one exam tip that's very, very quintessential and at the same time ignored a lot. And eventually, we'll end the lesson with mock practice. Now, there's one thing that I want to highlight. Today's lesson is part 1. If we covered the entire thing that I wanted to cover today, it would actually take 2 or 3 hours. So I've divided today's lesson in 2 parts, very, very in-depth, and absolutely what you need to know today in order to make sure that you get your desired band on the IELTS writing. Okay? So let's get started. Please have a look. Before we begin, this is an announcement for the teachers in the room. If you are a teacher and you want to be certified as an IELTS trainer, there's a dual certification program that is going on at Cambridge Veritas, wherein you get IELTS masterclass certificate. With that, you get teaching excellence certificate as well. There's a code that you can make use of, which is called CV Live. The code is also going to be available in the description below for your kind perusal in case you want to go ahead with this. All right. Now, before we get started, there's something that I want to tell you about IELTS writing task 1. Get your pens and paper ready. Here we go. In IELTS writing task 1, there are 2 things that you have to do. Actually, I should have asked this question to you, but never mind. There are 2 things that you have to do. Number 1, you have to summarize. I repeat, you have to summarize. And there's another thing that I would like to add here. You have to summarize the main features and compare them wherever possible. I repeat, compare them wherever possible. A lot of people do not know what the hell they have to do when it comes to IELTS writing task 1. Only 2 things. Once again, repeat after me. Summarize and compare main features. One more time, what do we have to do? Summarize and compare the main features. The main features are given in the form of visuals. Now, there can be 6 different types of visuals. Can you tell me what are those in the live chat? There can be 6 different types of visuals. What do you think are those? Can you tell me in the live chat? Thank you. Hi, JK. Hi, Priya. Good to see you guys. Thank you, Agarthan. Okay, task response, line graph, superb, and what else? Bar chart, superb. Pie chart, excellent, wonderful, and keep them coming. Tables as well, very good, superb. What else? Pie chart, line graph, tables, pictures, description, filmy beauty lab, wonderful, great. So I have a few pictures for you. What's number 1? It is a bar chart. What is this? It's definitely not a pie chart. We call it a flow chart. It's a flow chart. What is this? It's a pie chart. Very good. What about this one? There's a process going on with teeny weeny pictures here and there. It's a diagram. Very good. What about this? What is this? It is a line graph. Wonderful, superb. Thank you, Hasmat. Hi, Hasmat, Aman, Priya, superb, lovely. And the last one. This is a table. Now, for those of you who are here, who have just joined, welcome, welcome, welcome. We've just started the lesson. And today's lesson is all about understanding IELTS writing, task 1 and task 2 from the basics. Now, focus here. Whenever IELTS writing task 1 academic module comes and it asks for a question, you have to do 2 things. Summarize the details, and number 2, compare those details as well. And now these details are given in 6 possible ways. I repeat, 6 possible ways. Remember this forever. Number 1, bear with me one moment. Bar chart, flow chart, pie chart, BFP, and then there is diagram, and there is line graph, and then finally table. So an easy way to remember this is BFP, DLT. This is a supremely easy way to remember this, ladies and gentlemen. BFP, DLT. Repeat after me. BFP, DLT. Okay. Once again, BFP, DLT. Superb. So what does that mean? It means that you have to become an expert, or at least have enough knowledge to be able to crack IELTS writing when it comes to any of these visual prompts. And throughout this month, we're going to be covering different question types and the strategy to attempt them. We're also going to be looking at vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation. Not that pronunciation is important here, but it'll eventually help you in the speaking test. So we're going to be looking at what is coherence and cohesion? What is task response? What is vocabulary? And what is grammar when it comes to IELTS writing task 1? All of these different question types. If you're excited and if you're ready, give me a big heart in the live chat. And which one scares you the most? Which one scares you the most? Is it the grammar of it, vocabulary? Is it coherence and cohesion? Or is it task achievement? Because in this case, we use task achievement, not task response. Super. Agarthan, Priya, superb guys, lovely. Thank you. Okay, let's get going. Now I'm going to play my favorite game. This is my favorite game on the screen. Please have a look. The game is very simple. In this game, I'm going to show you different pictures. I repeat, I'm going to show you different pictures one by one. Look at the picture and you have to decide what type of chart or visual prompt it is. For example, number 1 is done for us. It looks like a line, right? So it is, what is this? It's D. I repeat, it's D, which is line graph. Now I'm going to show you point number 2, picture number 2. You have to tell me what type of information that is. Ready? All right, here we go. Number 2 is on the screen. Let me try reducing. I hope you're able to see it. Bar chart. Thank you, Vicky, Megha, Priya, Hasmat. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. It's bar chart, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it is bar chart. Super. Well done. Good job. Now let's move to picture number 3. What is this? I hope you're able to see it. It's a little bit dim, but try. It is this one's bar, so this one's A. Sorry. This one's A. This one is pie chart, lovely, which is E. Pie chart, superb. What about number 4? What is that? Jyoti, Priya, Shivanshi, superb. Nagashri, Megha, lovely. Vicky, excellent. What's number 4? It's a table. Wonderful. Thank you. This one is a table. Excellent. Thank you. What about number 5? Please have a look. What is this? This is bravo. Wonderful. So number 5 is a flow chart. There's a flow. Can you see the arrows here? This is called a flow chart, which is C. And the last one is, please have a look. What is this? Looks like a picture. This one is? Yep. The last one, which is diagram. Superb. Wonderful. Hasmat, Vicky, Shivanshi, Megha, Priya. This one is a diagram, which is B. Excellent. Can we clap for everyone? Superb, guys. Wonderful. Good job. Excellent. Now, this was the most basic piece of information that we needed to know related to. If you've understood so far, show me a thumbs up. I repeat, if you've understood so far, show me a thumbs up. This was the most basic piece of information related to writing task 1. We're now going to be moving ahead and we'll play a game at a little more advanced level. Okay? Let me show you what the game is. The game is really simple. So here are some words that I've written. Let's say these words, repeat these words after me. Comparisons, focus on the pronunciation. Axis, columns, trends. I've cut it off for a reason. I'll show you why. Percentage or percentage, vertical, segment, feature, and stage. Why have we written these words? The game is really simple. On the left-hand side of the screen is a picture depicting the visual form of writing task 1. And on the right-hand side of the screen, I have written a teeny-weeny paragraph related to it. I repeat, I've written a teeny-weeny paragraph related to it. Number 1 is done for us as an example. This type of figure can be used to show, what is it showing? It is called trends. What do we call it? Once again, repeat after me. It is called trends. So the correct answer is number 4, and I've crossed it off. Now let's look at the rest of it, and you have to put the answers in the live chat. Okay? Just one request though. Look at the number. For example, it is 8, and match it with either the word or the numerics of it here. All right. So let's get started. The horizontal dash. The horizontal, what is this? What's the correct answer? The horizontal axis. Let's not, yeah, thank you. The horizontal axis. So the correct answer is axis. Let me use red color here once again. Oops, sorry. Just to highlight it better, this is axis. I hope you're able to see it better. Yes. Thank you, Nakib, Mega, Hasmat. Thank you for the answer, but it is axis. Nagashri, Shivanshi, Priya, excellent, Vicky. Often indicates time. Can you see on the x-axis 1900, 1960s, and 2000 is indicating the year, which is nothing but time. And the dash axis often shows what changes over time. So what axis? What is number 9? The other axis. So what do we call? What is the right word from here? Vertical. Nagashri, wonderful. So number 9 is vertical axis. Now, I will tell you one secret, and you have to listen to me carefully. Whenever you are preparing for IELTS writing task 1, and you're preparing for line graph, you need to know how to use this type of vocabulary carefully. It's called trends. How to talk about trends, you need to know the vocabulary of it in order to score good marks. This is the secret that not a lot of people know. I repeat, this is a very important secret that not a lot of people know. Depending on the type of graph or the visual format you've been given, you need to have at least 10 words prepared in your head that you can use for that particular type of visual prompt. Because if you use it, automatically ideas will come to your mind and you will start writing. And that's a very important thing, that something that I've realized over the years helps students tremendously. So make sure that you do that. Screen is blurred. Okay, let me try fixing that. Hopefully it should be better now. Thank you. All right. So this was number 1. Let's now move to number 2. This is number 2. Now, before we look at the question, I want you to tell me what's happening here. So the ones with, this is called bar chart or bar graph. The ones with line is for men, and the one that is blank is for women. Now, what is the responsibility of a bar chart? It compares 2 or more than 2 things. I repeat once again, What is the responsibility of a bar chart? It compares things. So here, this bar chart is comparing information, whatever, for men and for women. Okay? Now let's attempt this together. Please help me with this. These figures are useful for illustrating 10. What is 10? Comparisons. Very good. Who told this? Hasmat, Priya, Vicky. Very good, guys. Comparisons. Very good. Between items or categories of items. This one compares men and women. Excellent. Superb. Good job. You guys are doing really well. So this one is what's happening here? What's going on here? There's a comparison that is going on here in this case. Now let's move ahead. We're now going to be focusing on the third type. The third type is a pie chart. What's happening here? You can use a figure like this to show how a whole is composed of parts. So there's one complete whole and it's divided in different parts. Here, each dash indicates a dash of the whole. So here, each, what do you think is the right answer? The correct answer is, let me see what you guys have written. Segment, wonderful. Here, each segment indicates a dash of the whole. So what is the dash of the whole? Yeah, you guys are right. Percentage, excellent. So it is percentage. Superb, well done. Nakib, Megha, Shivanshi, Hasmat, Priya, Jyoti, Vicky, Agarthan. Excellent. It is percentage. Okay. So whenever you prepare for a pie chart, you should know the vocabulary to talk about percentages. I repeat, the vocabulary to talk about percentages. Extremely important. Okay. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, percentage. Okay. So this is very, very important. Now, this was picture number 3. Are you guys enjoying the activity? If you're enjoying the activity, give me a big like on the lesson or tell me with a heart in the chat box. Thank you. All right, that was picture 4. Let's move to picture. That was picture 3. Let's move to picture 4. Just brushed off with things. Which one do you think it is? You should present data like this if you need to give precise answers. This example contains 4 rows and 5. What is 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we call it? These are called? Excellent. Thank you, Jyoti, Priya, Nagashri, Vicky, Hasmat, Nakib. This is called columns. Lovely. Columns. And what do we have? Whenever you see a table on IELTS Writing Task 1, all you have to do is report precise numbers. And there's a format of it that we talk about, which is another important bit that you should learn. But it is all about how to report precise numbers. Okay. So this was about number 4. Second last, number 5. This is a what do you think it is? A flow chart. There's a flow going on from the beginning until the end. There's a flow going on. The sentence is, this type of figure is useful for representing a process. Okay. Each box represents one dash in the process. So what is one that? Stage, okay, good. Nagashri, Megha, Hasmat, Priya, Vicky, Jyoti, Megha, Shivanshi. Wonderful, guys. You guys are pro at it. Stages. Plural, right? Yeah, stage. Okay. In flowchart, you need to know the vocabulary of how to talk about stages. Okay. So as we keep moving along, I'm also elaborating on what kind of vocabulary you need to hone yourself on. Okay. Thank you. So let's move on. And the last one is everything's done. Bar, by, table, line, flow. The last one that is left is something very different from it all. It is a diagram. So here we go. Figures like this are also used to represent a process. They can also illustrate the dash of an object. So it is the dash of an object. The last one that is left is feature. Thank you. The feature of an object. Okay. So now let's hold on. Here we go. Please have a look. For the last 20 minutes now that we've spent, we've only been talking about what is IELTS writing task 1. What do you have to do in this? You have to summarize and you have to compare information, and that information is given to you in 6 different formats. What is that? B, bar graph, P, pie chart, L, line graph. What was the next one? D, diagram, D, T, table, and the last one was DTL, line graph is done. I think it was BPF, something like that. The last one is flowchart. So overall, the information that is given to you is in the form of BPF, DTL. Easy way to remember it. Now, all you have to do is you have to summarize this information, not everything, just main features of it, 2 or 3 main features of it, and just write about it, basically. Can you give your opinion on writing task 1? I want you to tell me. I repeat, can you give me, thank you, Priya, for helping me there. Can you give your opinion on IELTS writing task 1, academic? This form of writing, ladies and gentlemen, is called descriptive. Once again, repeat after me this word. This form of writing, IELTS writing task 1, no opinion whatsoever. Thank you. Thank you, Agarth and Priya. Lovely. This type of chart is called this type of question is called descriptive. What is the meaning of this? No opinion, only stick to what is written. You have to interpret that. That's it. You cannot give your opinion. You cannot write, in my opinion. You will get 0 for that. So remember that. Supremely important. Very, very important. Okay? Excellent. If you've understood this far, please type in the live chat, understood. If you have any questions, please put those questions. That's fine as well. Only facts are shown. Yes. If you've understood this, we're now going to be moving ahead to the next stage of the lesson. But before we move ahead, I want to show you something important. I want you to remember something. Please remember. Now I'm going to be giving you one little tip related to, this was all about IELTS writing task 1. And I want you to remember an important tip related to IELTS writing task 2. The tip is, In IELTS Writing Task 2, you have to write an essay. I repeat, you have to write an essay. In that essay, there's a discussion that's going on. That's why IELTS Writing Task 2 is called discursive form of writing. Once again, what do we call it? Discursive. The one before is called descriptive. I repeat, the one before IELTS Writing Task 1, Task 2 is called discursive, and Task 1 that we saw before is called descriptive. This one is all about your opinion. You want to give your opinion, as much opinion as you want to give, you have to do it here. Okay? I hope you understand. All right. So what do you have to do? Discuss opinion and the reason for holding those opinions as well. So all you have to do is give your opinion. Hello, bello. Give your opinion and give reasons as well. Why do you support those opinions? So something that you should remember in hindsight is, I'm writing this, but what are at least 2 reasons why am I giving this opinion? Because you have to give at least 2 reasons to support that opinion. But we will talk about it when we understand how to write IELTS writing tasks. But if you understand this, show me a thumbs up in the live chat. Okay, Priya says she's got a question. I have a question. Sometimes on the x-axis of bar graph, years are given. In that case, should we compare or treat it as a line graph? No, it doesn't. The picture and the format will tell you what type of visual prompt that is. So if the names of the axis change, it doesn't change away the fact. It doesn't change the fact what type of graph it is. If it is line, there's going to be line that are drawn on it. If it is bar, then there are going to be bars that are drawn on it. So the graph does not change based on the names of the axes that there are. Thank you for asking. All right, perfect. Let's move ahead. Here we go. Okay. So let's play game number 2. On the screen, I will show you 5. I will show you 5 sentences. Let's have a look at these sentences. All of these sentences are related to IELTS Writing Task 2. I repeat, all of these sentences are related to IELTS Writing Task 2. Okay, so here we go. There are 5 words that I've written on the screen. Agree, consider, feel, see, and view. Let's have a look at statement number 1. Many people, I hope you're able to see it. Okay. Many people think that boys and girls learn better when they are educated separately. Think, it's a question, it's not a statement. How do you dash about this view? So what is the answer here? Vicky, Priya, excellent. What about other people? How do you feel about this view? What do other people feel? Okay, people agree. Okay, it is how do you feel? So the correct answer is C. Wonderful, very good. So as you can see, this is one question type. I repeat, this is one question type for IELTS Writing Task 2. Now let's look at another one. Here we go. In your dash, what should be done to promote equality of opportunity for men and women? What should be done? E, view. Thank you, Priya, Jyoti, Vicky, Shivanshi. The correct answer is E, view. Well done. This is second question type. Let's have a look at third question type. Do you dash boys to be naturally more aggressive than girls? This is another question type. Thank you, Nakib, Ronaldo, Megha, Hasmat, Vicky, Himanshu. Super. Do you? You guys are right. Consider. Excellent. Well done. My God, you guys are pro at it. Super. It is agree. Yes. Do you agree boys to be naturally more aggressive than girls? Wonderful. Let's look at the next one, number 4. Okay. Many people argue that governments should intervene in the labor market to ensure that more women are promoted to positions of power. To what extent do you dash with this practice? Thank you. Thank you, Vicky, Priya, Agarthan, Jyoti. Lovely it is. Do you agree with this practice? And the last one is, please have a look. What do you dash as the main reasons for gender inequality in the workplace? And you guys are right to say it is D. And by the way, can I tell you something? There are some people that are writing for Nagashri. I'm not picking on you, but there's something that I want to tell. On IELTS reading, I know today's class is about IELTS writing, and I should only talk about IELTS writing, but there's a very important tip that I want to give you. Do you know in IELTS reading, here the answers are given in letters of the alphabet. If it becomes your second nature, if it becomes your habit that you think D is 4 and you say 5 is 4, although your answer may be right, and I understand what you mean, but IELTS will give you a 0 for it. This is not only for Nagashri, this is for all of us. IELTS will give you a 0 for it because instructions say very clearly, put your answers in A to E. Why? Because it is also written in A to E here. So either you say C or you say D, but not number 4. Very, very important point. Okay? Supremely important. Thank you. All right. So, what do we understand from this game? Can anybody tell me in the live chat? I'm going to highlight your comment. What is the juice of this activity? We've completed this activity and we've spoken about different types of questions, but essentially, eventually, what do we understand from here? Yep, many students do. Okay, Priya says, what we understand from this game today is various types of tasks. 2 questions, okay, cool. It's an opinion. Okay, Hasmat says that you have to give your opinion. Super. Priya says you have to familiarize various types. Wonderful. Vicky says that we discuss our opinion and reasons behind it. Very good. Super. One more thing. There's one thing that we have to keep in mind. Have a look. On the IELTS exam, when it comes to IELTS writing task 2, you listen carefully. You either agree with the question or the opinion, agree or disagree. Either these types of questions come, or you consider, which basically means you have to elaborate and discuss on it. And discuss again means agree and disagree. It is an indirect way of saying, do you agree or do you disagree? Feel, same thing, ditto. see and view. What I want to say is there are three types of questions. Have a look. Listen carefully. Okay, never mind. There are three types of questions. Please have a look. Number one, I'll make it really easy for you to remember. Watch. Number one, AGDG. Once again, repeat after me. AD, AG, DG. Agree, disagree. This is question category 1. Then there is question category 2. We call it pro-so. Problem, solution. Pro-so, this is the second category of the question. Problem will be given. You have to tell the solution of it and 2 reasons to support that. Itna samajh mein aaya? Everybody understood thus far? Very good. I'm going to look at your questions in a bit. Megha, bear with me. Thank you. And then the third category is, what's the third category? Who will tell me? The third category is advantages, disadvantages. AD, DD. AG, DG, agree, disagree. Pro-so, problem, solution. AD, DD, advantages, disadvantages. Okay? If you understand this, give me a big heart in the live chat. If you understand this, give me a big heart in the live chat. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Megha says, which type of vocabulary to be used in what type of question? We're going to be talking about it throughout this month, Megha. So stick around. As we mentioned, when it comes to line graph, you discuss the vocabulary about trends. When it comes to bar graph, you discuss the vocabulary related to differences. When it comes to pie chart, you discuss the vocabulary related to percentages. So different types of questions give you different types of vocabulary. Extremely important. I think I should make a reel about it. Yeah, I think it'll help a lot of students. Let me, because it's a very easy format to understand. Pie chart, vocabulary of percentages. Bar graph, vocabulary of differences. Line graph, vocabulary of trends. And similarly, and so on. I hope it helps you understand. Okay? To what extent, not extend, extent, do you agree? Thank you, Manshu. We have cause, solution to. Cause and solution is, cause is nothing but the problem. Solution is the solution of it. So that's just another way to decorate it and say that this is another question type, but that is essentially means the same, which is problem and solution. This is my answer of the question, what we learned today. Thank you. Amandeep says, to what extent do you agree? Thesis, yes. Are cause and problem same? Yes, they are. Himanshu says, I booked exam date, which is on 21st May. I have to improve my reading module band. So, sir, what should I do? 21st of May. Aaj hi to hai 21st of May. Today was the 21st of May, right? So you booked it today. When's your exam? So an important thing that you can do is practice all different types of questions through simply skimming and scanning. All right, lovely. So we understand, right? June, okay. So practice all the question types through skimming and scanning, and stick around because we'll start with IELTS rating as well soon. Guys, if you're new to our channel and if you're enjoying the lesson, make sure to, most importantly, subscribe, like the lesson so that it reaches to as many students as possible. And if you want to continue with IELTS IELTS preparation. We're going to be discussing it throughout the month for all the relevant information that you may need for it. Okay? All right. There's one exam tip that I want to give you. And that exam tip is, please have a look. In IELTS Writing Task 1, you have to summarize information. We discussed it, correct? Which is usually presented in the form of table, pie chart, line graph, bar chart, diagram, flow chart. We understood this, correct? Why are we discussing this? Why are we reiterating it? Because we're now going to play a game. Practice time. This game is related to IELTS Writing Task 1, academic, of course. We all are quite clear about it. I want to show you the question first. Read the question carefully. I repeat, read the question carefully. You should spend 20 minutes on this task. The chart below shows the number of male and female research students studying 6 science-related subjects at a UK university in 2009. Now, see the word that is written here. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So we have to do 2 things. Summarize the piece of information and make comparisons wherever possible. Correct? That's what we have to do. All right. It says write at least 150 words. Perfect. Do we understand the question? Everybody understands the question? Okay. I am now going to show you, I will ask you 4 things related to this question. I repeat, I will ask you 4 things related to this question. Listen carefully. My question 1 is, how long should you spend on this task? How long do you think? And I know many of you are going to give the answer that's already there on the internet, and I appreciate that. But if you're new to this, don't worry. What do you think? How long should you spend on this task? If you have to just summarize and compare the main features. You only have to do these 2 things, summarize and compare. Thank you. Priya, Megha, Agarthan, Himanshu, Vicky. Vicky says 10 minutes in my opinion. That's very interesting. Aman says 20 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ideally, listen carefully. Ideally, you should spend 20 minutes on this. Do you know how much is? It also asked you how much time you have to spend, so how many words you have to write. But I think that could be one of the questions. So I'm going to skip it for now. I think that's the second question. Here we go. How many words do you need to write? It was written on the last slide. How many words do you have to write? Thank you, Hasmat. No problem. You should spend 20 minutes, not more than that. Vicky, Priya, Megha, Jyoti. Excellent. The correct answer is 150 words. Once again, 150 words. Can you write 200 words? Help me with this question. Can you write 150 words? What do you think? What you guys feel about it? No. No, we shouldn't. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Priya says, yes, we can. Minimum 150. Yes, we can, but time management can be a problem. Thank you, Aman. Depending on the time and our speed, okay, probably maximum, not more than it. Okay, now listen carefully. This one is very important for all of you who have answered this. A big, massive, gigantic, enormous no. You cannot write 200 words. It is not CBSE. I was an IELTS examiner in 2017 for 2 years. Although we do not test writing exams in India, but it's incredibly important for you to know that you cannot and should not attempt to write more than 160 words overall. Why is that? Because it is not CBSE. Agar likha hai 150 words, and if you end up writing 200 words, it just shows that your English is weak and you do not understand basic instructions. I repeat, it shows that your English is so poor that you do not understand basic instructions. 150 words means 150 words. It does not mean 200 words, although it's very innocent and naive of a lot of people to do that because they think CBSE psychology, if they end up writing more, they'll get higher band or better marks. It doesn't work like that. Okay? It's got to be maximum 150, 170, 10% more. That's it, not more than that. So maybe 15 words more, but not more than that. So Priya says, if we write 200, they might think we don't know how to summarize. Very good. And they will also think, the examiner will also know that you don't know English. Jab likha hai, you have to write 150 words, then you might as well, probably, definitely, not probably, definitely write 150 words, not more. Yeah. Thank you. Very important. Okay. All right. We got a little bit passionate there. Let's move to question number 3. Will you score higher marks? My God. Back to square one. Will you score higher marks if you include all the information in the chart? See, there's so many pieces of information here. Research students, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. Men versus women, different subjects, physics, astronomy, geology, biology, medicine, veterinary, medicine. So many pieces of information. Will you get a higher band if you compare everything? Priya says, but if we write 150 words and repeat the same words, would they cut down the word count? Sorry, I did not understand the question, Priya. But it is difficult skill to be concise. Yes, it is. And that's why there's a structure. We'll talk about that structure maybe next week as we progress during this month. Thank you. Megha says, we have to write a crisp and concise way. Yes. Vicky says, we might get marks, but I guess it should be crisp and well summarized. Yeah, it's got to be. Megha says, no. Yes. So the answer to this question is a big no once again. I repeat. The answer is a big no. You should select and summarize the main features. Now, my next question to you is, how many main features should you summarize? Once again, my question is, how many main features should you summarize? This is a very important question that I'm asking you guys. If we write only 150 words and use one word like help many times, would they count that word help every time? No, yes, of course. Then it will mean that you have very limited vocabulary. So instead of help, you can use the word aid for that matter. So important concern. Mega says 2 to 3, Vicky 2, Aman 5 to 6, Hasmat only 3. Thank you guys for your answers. The correct answer is, drum rolls, 2 or maximum 3. 2 or maximum 3. My main features that I write selecting from this graph can be very different from your main features that you select. For example, I may talk about veterinary medicine, you may talk about geology. As long as my interpretation is correct and your interpretation is correct, both of us will get equal marks. So the idea is, do not summarize everything. I repeat, do not summarize everything. Only summarize 2 or maximum 3 main features. That's all. If you understand something from today's lesson, this is what you should understand. I repeat, this is what you should understand. Only and only write 2 to 3 main features. If you understand this, give me a big heart or peace sign. Thank you. Shahana says, course, country names, maximum and minimum comparisons. Okay. It depends on the task. I'm afraid, Aman, it doesn't depend on the task. You can trust me when I say this. Thank you. But if we leave any category, then task achievement can decrease. No, it won't. Task achievement is not dependent on the information. That is a very good question that you're asking, Aman. Task achievement is not about what the category of information. Task achievement means summarize and compare. That's your responsibility. Question does not say summarize everything and compare everything. Question says summarize and compare main features. Now, main features does not mean everything. And because you have to be under the word limit of 150, you can write only so much. So the liberty that you have is writing 2 or maximum 3 main features. Okay. Aman's got another question. Can you explain what and how you choose 2 main features? Very good. There's no formula for it. Whatever you see is the highlight. You pick that, and that's how you select your main features. For example, have a look. For example, let's take this question. This is a very good question that Aman has asked. Guys, please have a look. So how do you select the main feature after all? You look at the most prominent information on the chart. I repeat, you look at the most prominent information. So I feel I will talk about this because it is the highest for men and it is the highest for women also. This is one main feature. Then I think I will talk about this main feature, that it is constantly fluctuating for men. Can you see? The research students are constantly fluctuating in different subjects. On the other hand, so this is my main feature too. And I will say, I can also make a comparison that it is constantly increasing for women. And there's a sharp increase for women from here to here. That's another thing that I can talk about. That could be main feature 3. It could be used as a comparison as well. So can you see, Aman? And this is for rest of you guys as well. Here we go. Can you see? Bear with me one moment. Can you see? My main features that I have selected on the screen can be very different from what you thought you want to write. So what do we understand from here? As long as my interpretation is right, I'm comprehending things correctly, I will get the right mark. And as long as you are also comprehending it correctly and writing it as it is, you will get the right mark as well. I hope it answers your question. The way you take IELTS lesson is top notch. I like them very much. God bless. Thank you. Aman says, that's a unique concept. Love to hear more discussion about it. Would be great. Yes, we'll have it. Priya says, can we use the word fluctuating in the x-axis? Is not yours, because I thought that way. I mean, we can say fluctuating across subjects. It is research student numbers. So we can say fluctuating across subjects because there's no year mentioned. So we can't say year, but we can say fluctuating across subjects, disciplines. All right, lovely. Thank you so much. Let's move ahead. Here we go. Okay, we spent a lot of time on this. Let's move to question number 4. This is the last question. Please have a look. Sorry, one moment. Are you expected to give your opinion about the information? Are you expected to give your opinion? This is x-axis. Mega. Vicky, you're scaring me. Agarthan, God bless you. This is an incentive for me. I'm very proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, can we clap for Agarthan, please? Super. Well done. We're very happy to know that. A big no. I'm glad that Priya and Shivanshi are saying no. A big no. Aman is also saying no. Super. Megha is also saying no. Jyoti and Vicky are saying yes. Guys, it's okay. Don't worry. We still love you. You cannot give your opinion on writing task 1. No opinion. It's not discursive, it's descriptive. It means you have to describe what is written. You have to give a description of it. Okay? Thank you. All right, let's move on. So far, we've done a very good job. There's one more game that we have. But before that, I want to share some exam information with you. So the answer is no. So this is something that we need to remember related to exam information. Your answer to task 1 should include a brief introduction. This is, I will write it in a bit. This is paragraph number 1. It should have 1 to 3 body, main idea 1, main feature 1, main feature 2, main feature 3, depending on it, 1 to 3 body. Although a lot of people condense it in one body as well, and that's totally fine. 1 to 3 body paragraphs. And if you wish, in the end, a brief concluding paragraph. Now, so what do we understand from here? Have a look. When there is a paragraph like this, the first paragraph is intro. The second paragraph is body paragraph, where you write 1 to 3 main features. I repeat, main features, MFS, main features. And in the end, which is optional, you write a conclusion. If you understand this, give me a big heart in the live chat. Thank you. I repeat, if you understand this, give me a big heart. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Jyoti, for clarifying that. Only facts. Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you. Thank you. All right, lovely, super. Thank you. Let's move ahead. Bingo, la di la di la. Okay. Now the game is, the question is that we have here is, first of all, I'm going to go off the screen for a bit. I would like you to please take a picture of it. I repeat, please take a picture of it. Done? Please have a look. I will ask you, guys, please listen. I will ask you 5 questions. I repeat, 5 questions. Look at the question. The questions are related to this reading passage, writing task 1. First of all, let's read it one by one together. Okay? I will read number 1. If you want, you can pause the video right now and you can read it yourself or read along with me. I repeat, read along with me. Here we go. The bar chart, don't worry about the bar chart. We are not going to see anything. We only have to do with this writer. The bar chart shows the gender distribution of students doing scientific research across a range of disciplines at a UK university in 2009. It's related to the previous one that we looked at. So what is this? Introduction paragraph. What are these two? Main body paragraphs. And what is this? Concluding paragraph. So let's read number 2. In 5 of the 6 disciplines, males outnumbered females. Male students made up a particularly large proportion of the student group in subjects related to the study of inanimate objects and materials, physics, astronomy, and geology. The gender gap was particularly large in the field of physics, where there were 5 times as many male students as female students. Okay? Just understand the gist of it. You don't have to understand everything, just the gist of it. Next. Men and women were more equally represented in subjects related to the study of living things, biology, medicine, and veterinary medicine. In biology, there were nearly as many women, approximately 200, as men, approximately 240. This was also true of medicine. Veterinary medicine was the only discipline in which women outnumbered men, roughly 110 women versus 90 men. Last paragraph. Overall, the chart shows that at this university, science-related subjects continue to be male-dominated. However, women have a significant presence in fields related to medicine and the life sciences. Yep, thank you. Let's read question number 1. What information does the introduction contain? Type your answer in the live chat. What information does the introduction contain? To give you a hint, it's related to a word that starts with T. The correct answer is type of information. I know it is written in ANSIZE. Apologies about that. But I had to put it on one slide, otherwise you wouldn't understand. So it is type of information. Gender distribution. Title of the chart. That's okay, that's fine. Question number 2. What is the main focus of the first body paragraph? What is the main focus of the first body paragraph? Scientific research. Thank you, Megha. Very good. It is the fields that are dominated by men. Okay, thank you. There's a very easy way to answer it. Just look at the first sentence. You don't have to read everything. Just look at the first sentence. Males outnumbered females. Question number 3. What is the main focus of the second body paragraph? Just read the first sentence. It'll tell you the answer. Thank you. Priya, Aman, Hasmat. It is blur. Okay, one second. Thank you, Jyoti, for letting me know. Let me try changing the settings a bit. I hope this is better. Okay, have a look. What is the main focus of the second body paragraph? Women participation equally. Very good, Hasmat. You're right. Fields with equal number of men and women, both genders, about living thing subjects, comparing men and women. The fields in which both are equal. Super. Very good, guys. Number 4. What is the purpose of the first sentence in each of the body paragraphs? This is my favorite question. What is the purpose of the first question in both the paragraphs? Signposting. Okay. I want to give you a hint. The first sentence will tell the MFS. What is MFS? The first sentence will tell the MFS. What is that? Yeah, introduction of the paragraph, yes. But what do we have to answer essentially? What do we have to answer? Main feature. So what is it? Have a look. General statement, of course, it is telling the main features of the chart. So what is the purpose of this sentence and this sentence? The purpose is very simple. This sentence here and this sentence here, they tell the main features. Are you able to see? You're not able to see. The main features. That's why we write them, okay? Thank you. Next, question number 5. This is the last question. What is the purpose of the second and third sentence in each body paragraph? What is the purpose of the... okay, sorry. 2 questions are combining right now. Just tell the answer for the 5th one. What is the purpose of the third and second and third sentence in each body paragraph? Thank you, Jyoti, Sahana. Waiting for others. No. It's a different question. What is the purpose of the second sentence and the third sentence in each body paragraph? Facts, comparisons. The correct answer is these are supporting sentences. Once again, the correct answer is these are supporting sentences. You're able to see, right? Yes. These are supporting sentences. And what are they supporting? They are supporting the main feature. I repeat, these are supporting sentences and they are supporting the main feature. Thank you. Okay? Understood? Thank you. Last one, please have a look, everyone. Okay. This question number 6 is only written here. What is the purpose of the conclusion? What is the purpose of conclusion? Purpose of conclusion is conclusion. Yeah? What is the purpose of conclusion? To give the overall idea. Thank you, Megha. So the purpose of conclusion is to summarize the main feature and give the overall idea. Absolutely. Yes. Overview. Thank you. Can we clap for everyone? Good job. You guys are wonderful. That's great. See, such active participation is nothing but short of amazing. So God bless. Claps for everyone. Absolutely. Well done. Well done. Superb. And for those of you watching this lesson later, keep putting your answers in the comments below. Very, very important. And check your answers as we discuss them one after the other uh, as the lesson sort of progresses. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shivanshi. All right, lovely. Let's move on. Here we go. Now, this is one last exam tip. Always look carefully at what figures represent. Are they BPL, BPF, or are they DLT? If they represent a percentage, you must use expressions related to percentages such as large, small, higher, lower percentage of men. On the other hand, if they talk about figures, that is numbers, you must use words like many, more, few, most, fewer men, etc., etc. There you're able to display your grammar, and most importantly, when people are not able to understand how to use few, a few correctly, all of those things, it's an opportunity for you to display those kinds of sentences to score a higher band. Okay? Thank you. Lovely. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move on. Here we go. Please have a look. This one is an assignment for you. Take a picture of this. There are 2 assignments. I repeat, take a picture of it, please. Look at the pie chart. I repeat, look at the pie chart. There are 2 mistakes in it. I repeat, there are 2 mistakes in it. Today or tomorrow, in the comments, tell me what those 2 mistakes are, and I will give you feedback on it later. Tell me what those 2 mistakes are, and I'll give you feedback on it later. Thank you. Let's move on. Now, mock practice. This is another mock practice for you. Take a picture of it once again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Take a picture of it based on whatever we've discussed today. We've not discussed everything, but based on the preliminary piece of information, write an essay, a report, descriptive form of writing using this, and put it in the comments. Thank you. All right. With this, if you haven't yet, make sure to like the lesson. If you've been with us until the end, you've done a great job today. Like the lesson, share the lesson, most importantly, subscribe and turn on the bell icon, making sure that you do not miss any lesson that we come up with daily at 9:30. Before we end today's lesson, please tell me, what did you learn today? I want to display it on the screen to congratulate you for your learning for today. Agarthan says, thank you for your tips that sharpen us. Excellent inspiration and support for IELTS. God bless. Make sure to share it with as many IELTS students as possible. Sahana says, use of quantifiers she learned, okay? What I learned is basics of task 1 and task 2. Great. Thank you, Jyoti. What about other people? What did you guys learn today? Kaushal says, sorry, sir, I missed today's class. Please let me know what have you taught today. That's okay, Kaushal. Please do make sure that you watch the lesson. We're just revising what we've done right now, so please stick around. Mega says, we learned 2 types of IELTS writing tasks and it's vocab as well. Okay, that's good. What strategy did you learn today that has sharpened you about IELTS writing task 1 and 2? What strategy have you learned? Tell me the name of the strategy in the live chat, please. Hasmat says, really helpful. You're welcome, Hasmat. Difference between them. Okay, cool. Priya says, I have a question. Not related to IELTS and using the word over to indicate the meaning more than what is needed or too much, as in overacting, overspeed. Is this a correct usage? The word over to indicate the meaning more than what is needed or too much, overacting. Yeah. Priya, you're a linguist. I appreciate the question you're asking, but yes, isn't it? What's the confusion in this question? Sorry, I did not quite catch it. Shivanshi says, gratitude for such a great session. I've learned all the basics of writing vocabulary. You're welcome. Hasmat, learn and understand descriptive and discursive writing. Very good, Hasmat. You're telling the difference very well. Writing, okay? You're not a linguist. I thought you were, but never mind. Thank you. Suganya says, hi, sir, could you teach how to speak fluently? Absolutely, Suganya. That's what we do daily. Make sure to attend, yeah, and participate with us. Thank you. All right, guys, please have a look. Thank you so much for letting us know. If you want extra practice, it's going to be available on the WhatsApp channel. I'll provide the link of it later in the description below. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at IELTS Writing Task 2, Join in Time. We're going to be talking about how do you write an essay. I repeat, the session is going to be all about writing an essay, the basics of it. And if you are a teacher who wants to be certified, there's dual certification that's going on at Cambridge Veritas right now. You not only become a trainer that can teach IELTS with IELTS Masterclass, our nice little badge here, but you also get another badge, another certificate of teaching excellence, that is how to teach, including strategies related to classroom management. And most importantly, the next batch is starting on 10th of June with all of these features. The fees of the course is here. And with this code, you get a certain discount on it, which is 20%, not available to students who do not join live classes. So make sure to do so. All right. There's another lesson that we've made, which is on IELTS Writing Task 2. Make sure to attune that. It's about how do you plan an essay, quite similar to what we're going to do tomorrow, but very, very different in terms of content. You will see what we are doing tomorrow. We're going to be looking at some important strategies that were not covered in this lesson. And that's about it. Thank you so very much for joining me in this lesson. It was wonderful seeing your very active participation. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Okay, there are some comments. Key features. Agarthan says key features organization. Okay? Because I used overspeed yesterday during the end of listening activity, I felt it wasn't right. Overspeed. No, I think, no, it is a word. Just feel free to check it on Cambridge Dictionary and that'll help you. Nagashri says types of visual, summarize, and comparisons. Okay. Kaushal says, what should a person keep in mind while writing a masterpiece? I've been learned French, but when it comes to writing an essay, I forget the words and some expressions. What to do? I think it's a good idea to start with only three expressions. Don't think about billions of expressions there are. Just think about top three expressions that you'd like to use, Kaushal, and that'll give you a nice springboard to at least begin with. Yeah. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care, guys. Bye bye.